It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And all eyes are on the Packers' sure-handed wide receiver. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Packers and the Lions, and it comes your way next.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Lions in this matchup. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against. Two teams that have met at least twice a year since 1932. The Lions and Packers underway from Lambeau. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of this Packer offense.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first. These two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. On the delay, Jones dances by him. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Now this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Automatic first down.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here, as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long out.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Nick red, Nick yellow, check white.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, as we know, they have already clinched the NFC North, a wild card game waiting for them to open the postseason, and they have earned the right to host it, Charles, in front of the home crowd.
And this is a division with a lot of history and legacy. And if you're a team to take the crown out of this group, you've already proven you're one of the names to watch in the NFC playoffs. I think they'll be an incredibly tough out in the postseason.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit 1st down. The Lions at 10-6 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now gone. It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the stakes.
Partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, trying to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. To throw, it's Rodgers.
He'll find DeGuara complete.
It'll be a gain of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Man open, here is Jones. He did it again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Open man, here's Cobb. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. That's complete, and once again, it's Cobb. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. After run 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. To throw is Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And the ball is knocked out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Rodgers now on third and goal. Touchdown, Packers! Tyler Johnson from a yard out. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. That was quite the call down around the goal line on fourth and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it. And as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
Marr on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result, a Green Bay score. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
The offense on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And right side, they're going to go option here. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. This will be a 37-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
This one fielded at the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So it's all down to this Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our second ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We've got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. There's Goff. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To throw is Goff. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now Goff on first down. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. It's game time.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Williams. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 24. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Caught here by Griffin. And he is going to have a Lions first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the first down on 3rd down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jamal Williams, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, and he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Go off a handoff here to Swift. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action. Let's go.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. Yeah, he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Lions will take over.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start on the ground with Swift. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Goff on 1st down. Complete. This is Mitchell. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun. Goff. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Goff now looking to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18.
Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Okay. As always, this one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Swift going to try up the middle. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Cobb. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Now he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
On first down, it's gone. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Now left side on the swing pass. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
On second down, Swift. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used. Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out. Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off. Up the middle, Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cobb. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed. And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Closer. Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. Now this throw caught left side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL. Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up. Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Run an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 42. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
1 quarter remains here as the regular season. Back now at Lambeau. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Rodgers to throw once more. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Now a first down carry by Jones. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Open man, here's Cobb. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Jones will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
Jones again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Maher is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
From the 6, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Goff. That one complete. He finds Sharp. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Packers pick it up. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah,
not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or 2 about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw is Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. 30, the 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. That's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete, and there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down. Rodgers now to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, he's got the hook up to Lazard. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give to Jones. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking. Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throw left side. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. They'll try to run some clock now with Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Holding, offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
There's so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. This is Lazard with a catch out left. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's going to have the Packers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Caught by Cobb. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So here's Goff and the Lions. Down 27-24. A minute 16 remaining. A chance to end this season with a bang as they come up with a 1st and 10. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Goff now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now it's gone.
He's got this complete to Williams.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Pressure kick, and I thought he was going to hit it. I thought we were destined for overtime, but not the case.
Not at all, and they were already planning for the overtime you just mentioned, already saying, okay, what are we going to do if we get the ball? What happens on defense? Instead of that celebration and that little bit of euphoria, it turned into letdown city.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Packers,
they finish above 500 for the year. The final tally 9-8.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Detroit,
the loss means they'll finish up the regular season at 10-7.
And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card.